Hello dear students of Standard 3, this is Shashwati Madam again, and today we will be starting with the next part of Lesson 5, the chapter name Message in a Bottle. Please take out your book. On my page it is 59, please see. On my page it is 50, please see in your book and look at the book and listen to my explanation. The children wondered what to do. Old Manu, the shopkeeper in the village, could read. He would be able to tell them what it said. They decided to go to him. They scampered along to the shop with the bottle and the paper. Now the children were thinking what to do. Wondered means thinking. Now there was a shopkeeper in the village and the name of the shopkeeper was Manu. He was an old man, so he was called as Old Manu. He could read and write, so they thought that he will be able to tell them what the message, that piece of paper said. So they decided to go to him and they ran lightly to the shop with the bottle and the paper. Look, Manu, cried the children excitedly. Look what we have discovered on the beach. Old Manu took the paper from the children. He put on his glass and started to read. So the children reached the shop and they excitedly, with very great interest, they told to Manu, see what we have found on the beach. And then they gave the paper to him. Old Manu took the paper from the children and then he put on his spectacles, that is glasses, and started reading. And what did the message read? If you get this, said Old Manu, reading from the paper, please write to me. I am David and I live in a small fishing village in New Zealand. Here is my address. Old Manu pointed to the address on the paper. So Manu read out the message that was written on the paper, and it said that this is a letter from a boy called David, and he lived in a small fishing village in New Zealand. New Zealand is a faraway country by the seas in the southern hemisphere. And then Manu pointed at the address that was written. Here is the boy's address, he said. The bottle has come all the way from New Zealand. It is a country far, far away over the deep blue sea. You must write to David. He must be a small child just like you. Tell him that he found his message. So Manu told them that the boy has given his address and it has come all the way. This bottle has come from New Zealand to India, the south part of India. And New Zealand is a very far away country over the blue seas, near deep blue seas. So you should write back. David also must be a small child like you. So you write him a message that you found his letter. The children looked down at the feet. They looked sad. Why are you looking so sad? Asked Old Manu. And hearing what Old Manu said, the children looked at their feet and they looked very unhappy. So Manu said, why you are looking so unhappy? We cannot read or write, can we? Replied Meena quietly. We are foolish. You are not foolish at all, said Old Manu. Why don't you learn? There is no school here. And said Ajay, how can we learn? So Meena said quietly in a very low voice, see, we cannot read or write and we are foolish, we are stupid. Buddhu hai hum. Then Manu said, no, you are not foolish. Why don't you learn? Then Ajay is saying that how can we learn? Because there is no school. That's why we don't know how to read and write. I will teach you, said Old Manu with a smile. From that day, every afternoon, when the shop was quiet, the children sat with Old Manu. He gave them paper and pencils and he taught them. So Manu said that don't be sad, I will teach you. And from that day, every afternoon when the shop was almost closed and there were no customers, it was very quiet. So that time Manu started teaching the children. He gave them paper and pencils and he taught them.